female in D.C. It was a female in D.C.
You underestimate the woman, you want to screw the woman, and it turns out that the woman always has the up and up.
They so caught up in my pocket, don't know what's inside. I've been down and I've been up, still ain't giving up.
So this will be a continuance of Alpo and Wayne Perry. What's up, y'all? It's your girl theboctavia, and I am back with another video. If you are new to my channel, my name is theboctavia. I'm 23 years old and I'm from Washington, D.C. And on my channel, I like to get into things that happen in today's time, yes, but I also like to take everybody back in time and talk about things that happen everywhere, really. But majority of the time is going to be things that happen within DC, because I am from DC, as I said, and I want y'all to really understand my city, whether it be the gun violence, the drug selling, the drug dealers, the drug abuse, the alcohol abuse, everything. I'm going to talk about it. And I'm also going to talk about the people that impacted the city and these cities in today's time and in the past. And one thing that you guys should know about me is that I'm not scared to do that. In today's generation and my generation, I feel like there has to be a voice. I have no problem with being that and saying what needs to be said. So with that being said, let's get into it. Today, I want to talk about Alpo and Wayne Perry's hate for women, period, but I want to talk about their hate for the black woman. I was listening to the FBI tapes, and this video will be a sort of breakdown of some of that, and I'll get into the other, because it's an hour long, so we got time, you know what I'm saying? As the FBI does, they have a lot of information that you may not know, that nobody has really said, and just overall facts, you know? So I was listening to it, and a FBI agent was getting interviewed. They basically talked about Wayne Perry as a person. They talked about his early life versus once he started getting into what he was getting into. They talked about the demise when Alpo got arrested. And they also talked about Wayne Perry's sexuality. Wayne Perry in a nutshell. Let's talk about him. He said that he kept going back and forth. He would spend majority of his time in D.C. or North Carolina because he had family down there. But once he came back up here, he got into a self-defense situation, as he said. But he also stated that he did juvenile time for that, which I don't know how that's self-defense, but you know. They also talked about his murder victims. And once he came back, and of course out of the juvenile situation, he began his reign on DC. Now, Wayne Perry was not a drug dealer, but he oftentimes and majority of the times extorted people out of their money. What is extortion? You are threatening bodily harm or the destruction of a business, or whatever the case is at limbo if you don't pay, okay? And in turn, when you pay, that is protection, and that means that your business doesn't get burned down, you don't get killed, whatever the case is, on his watch. Now, that don't mean that he always daring shit. He just come to collect his money, and he sends somebody in to do that. Another thing that Wayne Perry is known for doing is breeding a whole generation of killers. A much younger generation of killers. It was said that Shorty Pop, which was from Berry Farms, that's a small neighborhood within DC, Southeast DC to be exact. It was said that Shorty Pop learned what he got his reputation for from Wayne Perry. And it was said multiple times, so I'm just going to take that as a fact. Now, it was also said that Shorty Pop did things for Alpo as well. and Shorty Pop really made the connection as far as Wayne Perry and Alpo goes. That just tells you how influential and how connected the younger generation is. On the note of him breeding the younger generations to come, as well as the younger generation that was under him, to kill. And now a lot of people think that a woman shouldn't have point of views on the streets, and that's a really old-timer type of thing to think. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you would want somebody around you, no matter what gender, to tell you what it is and what it's not going to be, you know? So, my thing on extorting somebody, even robbing somebody, my thing is, it never has to come to you laying somebody down for what you're already going to take. It never does. Never. And anybody that did that back in the day, let's make something clear. They got something for that. Whether it be karma in the streets or they got locked up for it. It doesn't make a difference. The FBI agent also stated that Wayne Perry killed a lot of young women. And one of those women was named Alveda Hopkins. Alveda Hopkins witnessed the murder of a friend of hers, James Froggy Henson. She decided, with all the courage in her heart, that she wanted to testify against Wayne Perry. And unfortunately, she was not able to do that. Unfortunately, the police failed her as far as protection goes. And a lot of people want to think that, you know, in every situation you could be called a rat or it can be deemed as snitching. Let's make something clear. Anybody in a situation that doesn't have those type of resources to go find some niggas in the street and really do something, you know, karma wise, and feel confident on not getting hurt, but at the same time it's the same end result. You know, whether you go out and find them in the street and you do what was done to your friend, or in her situation you have the courage to testify and you are unable to make it, you know. She never made it to the stand. Wayne Perry kidnapped her, and her murder took place in a Southeast DC neighborhood.
It was a female in DC. Okay. And she was supposedly a person that was giving information to the police about certain individuals. And she was with someone one night when my man killed this kid. My man Wayne killed this kid. One night, and the same female that tried to testify against him, she was getting high. She started getting high. So we down in Southwest, it was about 3 in the morning. So here come this hooker. Here come this lady skipping through the alley, going to get some crack. So my man Wayne see her, right? So he sent one of his soldiers to go cut off at the path and wait for her behind the wall. So when she comes, the kid throws her in a yoke, a dolphin yoke, and chokes her out, right? So then he backs one of the hoopties up into the parking lot, and they throw her in the back seat of the car. So I was driving. I was in an MPV van asleep. So they wake me up and say, yo, we got her, man. You got her. Didn't nobody see us and this and that. So I'm like, oh, man. All right. So
another young woman that he gunned down was actually his ex-girlfriend. Her name was Evelyn Carter, and it was said that she was arguing with him, basically pulling his card outside of a concert in DC, and he gunned her down. Now, that is an example of, I don't want to say being intimidated by a female, but you're letting your emotions control you. I feel that he's in jail, and it's just that he's in jail because it's very evident that he can't simply walk away, even if it's a woman. I believe that he understands the power of a woman, especially, you know, when the woman is in the equation and she's causing some type of tension. Well, she has to go. I truly don't believe that either Wayne Perry or Alpo would have liked me. And this is the thing. Like, do you hate your mom? Especially like in DC specifically, I feel like young men have an issue with their hatred towards women. And my thing is, you grew up with your mother all of those adolescent years, correct? So you know what a strong woman possesses. You know what a weak woman possesses. You know the power of a woman. And my thing is, how could you not respect that? But you don't want anybody to ever call you on your shit. It's just very evident to me that there is a level of disrespect for a woman that is oozing off of them. And it's not our fault. You know what I'm saying? That maybe your mom failed you, because you don't know what our parents did to us. It's not my fault that women gave you a bad perspective of women. That's not my fault. And that goes for a lot of people who are in the Wayne Perry and Alpo generation. And that goes for a lot of people that are, you know, just simply young men growing up. That's not our fault. So us wanting to stand up to you and us having that courage, a lot of niggas don't. So it's very admirable, and it's unfortunate, you know, that it had to happen like that. It set a standard for not only witness protection, like the police just can't protect you. It also set a standard for not only not to talk to the police, but not to cooperate with the police. You know, a lot of people talked to the police, but they didn't testify. You know, they had a lot of informants, but those informants never would show their face. And I mean, that's because the police just don't do a good job at protecting. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to a high profile case, which is so stupid, and a lot of Wayne Perry's bodies were only to prove a point in the streets. Like a regular person, a person who hasn't committed murder or just isn't really that deep into the streets would be like, that shit crazy as hell, you know? But people that are deep within it, they're like, oh, he just proved to me that he is like that. To be feared, to be respected, to be idolized. Now, it was said that he was idolized by the likes of Sean Branch. And I will have another video talking about Sean Branch after I'm finished all of my research. Just see, you know, what another person not only has to say about their journey and how they became who they are, but, you know, their past life, because that's how you really understand a person of what they've been through. So, and also in another video, I will be telling you guys how all the dots connected and how the informant gave up the exact locations of Alpo and Wayne Perry, and how that was a woman. You underestimate the woman, you want to screw the woman, you want to talk about these things around the woman, trying to showboat and impress, and it turns out that the woman always has the up and up. So I say that to say thank y'all for watching this video, and I will see y'all in my next one.